link tree, find at the top of the link tree is 2 brand new links that should have been in there in the first place to start. Oh yes, we're going to discuss that. How you doing, beggar? Anonymous, how you doing? Welcome in the live. Tap screen, like the live, please. Couple things. The 2 links in the link tree at the top are now officially going to be at the top from now on. They are the contact sites that'll lead you right to the fraud prevention for Social Security Administration and the USDA fraud hotline for food stamps, aka SNAP. I felt that it was necessary to put those up there, and you'll find out why later. There's been more and more increase of individuals that are coming on this app utilizing their own SSI, which is their right to give out to anyone, but then they turn right around and want other people's money. So that's double standard. And then the ones that are doing that are not reporting it properly. So yes, I've been doing research on my journey, 65. Yes, Anonymous, we ain't having it. So I'll get kickstarted right into everything. I think, 2 days ago, I was fortunate enough to get into a live, and I requested a box, and no, I have not. I have not heard from my Hawnee today at all, which is very disheartening, because she and I are going to have a little chat, She and I are going to have a little chat about, in reference to her staying in touch with me. Because apparently and allegedly to her mods, I'm an obsessed stalker, but yet they don't seem to understand what the definition of stalker is. But anyways, getting back to the original story, I had the fortunate honor to get into a live and get up into a box with this lovely lady. Yes. Fa-fa. Sorry if it runs into the chat. How you doing, everybody? She goes by the name of Fa-fa. I was in her live once before, and I'd say it was about a month, maybe 2 months ago. And she pulled the same stunt with her Instacart crap. And, I'd turn around and suggested to her about utilizing the resources in the link tree. And she never reached out to me any further. Now, you all know me. And hold, please, because I want to turn around and say this to everyone. You deserve it face to face, because I'm not afraid to put it out. Okay, all for one here. Hi, everybody. Welcome in the live tap screen. One thing you will learn from me is I will never give a penny, one penny, to a beggar or scammer at all across any platform. Twitch, Twitter, Book of Faces, whatever. You know why? Because it's my money. I worked hard for my money. What did you work hard for? Sitting there in a sofa, or like I saw today, a wonderful person that was laying across their bed? No, that's not me. That will never be me. I I will and have recycled my gifts, which I will always do because I don't want them, because everybody knows I don't want 1099s. That's an extra headache. I don't want that crap. But I recycle my gifts. I've even gone to the extent of literally using my own money to buy gifts for other content creators on here, both awareness and non-awareness, but are entertaining. But for that being said, turned around and decided to say that I gave her money, or I promised her money. Yeah, okay. Time to take it down a notch, ma'am. And she started berating me in her own live, which was rude, disrespectful, and just mean. And I didn't go for that. And yeah, I straight out called her a scammer. I'm not going to sit there and lie. I mean, you tried to pull that stunt with the Instacart crap, what, a month ago? And now you're doing it again? Yeah, it only works once. It don't work again and again and again and again. It gets old. Come up with new ideas. So that being said, you all know me. I know most of you on here that are all in awareness. And I appreciate every level of what everybody's doing. But no, I will never give a dime of my own money. Not only that, but think about it. I got to deal with the missus upstairs. And Chloe, my dog. Yeah. Can you imagine the backlash that I would get from Chloe when she didn't get her treats or her, yeah. And by the way, Chloe is a reborn dog, by the way. But anyways, I will not. I don't care. You're not getting my money, period. There's enough scammers out there from India for Social Security and all that other crap. Bad enough we got to deal with them on an app that's not supposed to be for begging and frauds and scams. And you'll see why. But with that, I'm going to turn the camera off because I look ugly tonight. All right, back to what we were talking about. So, Fafa decided to berate me, yell at me, and scream at me. That's not cool, because I was literally trying to offer you help and resources. But you know, the funny thing about it is with Fafa, and I'll show you here in a second. Oh, hi, Mom. How are you doing, Mom? It's a nice apartment you're living in, Mom. This is Fafa's mom. And she looks stern. She looks good. But the funny thing about it is, Mom is receiving SSI. SSDI. And she's also receiving food stamps. Now, the catch-22 on this backside is, Mom is supporting Fafa. Mom is supporting her. Fafa likes to live off of Mom's food stamps and her Social Security. She doesn't work. She won't want to work. And the other things that I found out just in her lives alone, she is racist. I will be honest with you with that, and I'm calling her out for that. She is 100% racist. She does not like Eastern Europeans and Arabic at all. However, in her neighborhood is a highly populated area of Arabics. Okay. They're only trying to get a piece of the dream themselves. I'm not here to judge anyone on their ethnicity. But she does. She turned around and decided to say that she spent X amount of dollars on Instacart and that she wanted that tip money back, which was approximately $90, so that they could turn around and get medicine. Well, and then she changed it up and said that she needed that money for the bus transportation. Okay, well, if Mom's on SSI, and I'm sure she's either receiving Medicaid or Medicare, I'm sure certainly somewhere along that lines, Mom can get free rides. But yet, I'm sure they didn't want that. All she literally wants is money. Like any beggar scammer that's on here, all they want is the money. Period. $90. So you went for a month and a half to 2 months, all the way up to now, and you haven't done anything in your chance. And let me change the picture because I know it irritates you all. She hasn't done anything in reference to changing up their situation in reference to getting that money back, whether it be a phone call, a call to the bank, whatever. Oh, you know what, Mike? I don't know about that. I think there was a situation where Mama turned around and had either ran into a cabinet door or she fell over. And sorry if you hear the Chloe in the background. She likes to bark at rabbits because she wants to be dominant in her area. Anyways, but she turned around and the daughter turned around and said to her I think it was last night. I'm pretty sure it was last night, that her eye was healing nicely. So obviously the daughter knew about it. But yeah, her name is Fafa. So, yes, I do label her as 100% scammer. Just saying. And, she is one that's on my radar. I invited her cordially to be here, but, she just didn't want to be here. Let me show you another picture of her real quick so you get a better idea who she is and what she's here for. Here she is. She looks so happy in this picture. And it's funny because seeing right here, I offered even further help. And yet she blocked me in this live here. So, yeah, okay. So then I turned around and I stated to her, and I invited her to this live. She was more than welcome, respectfully, to come up into a box and hear what I had to say, hear what I wanted to put out, and offer her potentially any other resources. But she didn't want to. In fact, she got triggered to a point where she didn't want to. That's fine. Fa-fa. Don't come to me again and ask me for any resources when I start putting you out there on the freaking fence line for everyone to see. That's your fault. This app isn't made for begging and asking and pleading and wanting and taking entitlement, this, that, and everything else. So don't turn around and do it. I catch you again, I'm going to start reporting you live from outside the box. So, that being said, that's Fafa and her mom. Great group of ladies. Oh, yeah, I had the pleasure. Everybody decided to send me, and point in the direction to somebody today. But you know what? The best one. I think this is her. Yeah, here. Sunshine on a cloudy day. Oh yeah, she's a treat. And within the first 10 minutes of watching this woman's live, she was, and look, in my opinion, she's full of shit. Well, hold on. You're going to see her. You ready? No, I don't want that. Hold on. You're going to see her. Here she comes. There she is, everybody. Oh, yeah. Somebody even turned around and called and said that Timu wants their wig back. I thought that was pretty disrespectful, but that was that person in that live, not for me. Justice for the wig. Her battery doesn't work properly, okay? But there's problems with it. Just putting it out there. Natural beauty is what she goes by. Yeah, she is fairly new. She's sitting in her car. She says that she has 2 kids. Her man did her dirty, and that her car wasn't working properly because of the battery. Well, if you take a look at the interior of that car, and I asked her respectfully, what year is that car? She said, "Oh, what's the difference? What does it matter? Justice for the wig. What does it matter? I need the money to get my battery." I'm like, well, it makes all the difference because you're sitting here in a live literally asking everybody for their own hard-earned money. And yet you're sitting in and I'm going to say it, that is a brand new damn car. I do not give a crap. She says that let me correct that. I did not hear if she worked. We'll put it that way. Well, they're not cheap, but here's the catch. I offered the resource link tree to see if she could possibly narrow down locations for a less expensive battery, but that's not the problem. Natural Beauty Star. That's not the problem. The problem that she's having is she says that she starts the car up, it runs a little bit, and then it shuts off. Well, there's got to be something either with the alternator or the engine itself. But here's the thing. I could turn around and sell you a car off the lot with no car engine. Are you going to believe me? Yeah. You see where this is going, right? It ain't got no gas. It out gas. Yes. Look, I'm going to call it straight out, flat out, as the Timu wig waves in the wind. She is a liar. Sorry, I'm not co-hosting anything. I'm here with my friends, my followers. Yeah, I'm gonna straight out call her out as I see. She's a liar. Yeah, Natural Beauty is her name. She wanted $150. $150 of somebody else's hard-earned money. But yet showed no proof whatsoever that the car would run and stop. Showed no proof that it was just the battery. No hood up, no nothing. She's sitting in the car. Now, allegedly, she stayed at her mother's house because I was in that live when she was saying that. I have troll accounts that nobody really knows about that I go in and listen. She stated that she stayed with her mom. If I am correct, allegedly her kids are with the mom. So, but yeah, it was interesting. But nonetheless, it's the way it goes. But yeah, Natural Beauty, $150. Get her a new battery, but here's the thing. I don't think it's the new battery. I think that's a brand new car. That car is clean. Look at that sucker. Ain't a freaking dirt mark, scratch. I mean, look at my car. Yeah, I know. That's what I said, Mike. I said, I don't think it's the battery. I think it's something else, potentially something else. But her car's cleaner than mine. But then again, I work my tail off, so. But don't sit there and ask other people for $150 and, you got a nice car like that. Sorry. Don't cut the beans with me. So, I got a picture to show you all. You ready? This is a new video that may be coming out. We're going to test the winds. Who do you think this is? Who does it look like? Who do you think it is? Oh, yes. We're working on some new things, new experiences, new good videos, quality videos that are actually going to play out a sense of a story. Detroit Nike, yes. Look, look, Nike, I'm sorry. I am truly sorry you got scammed, sucker. Yeah. He got scammed yesterday for a chunk of money. He was mad. Oh, yeah. He wishes he had chains like that. He was mad. He threw a hissy fit. I want my money back. It's my money. Here's the problem. If somebody gives you money through Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Chime, I know with Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal, you have the opportunity to withdraw those funds back. In this case, it was one of his mods that turned around and took that. Yeah, he stole from a homeless man. He says that the mod took his money. Well, scammer getting scammed, it happens. Oh, it wasn't the mod? I thought it was a mod. But either way, I look at it this way. A scammer got scammed by a scammer. But, yeah, and I also noticed another thing. He was not live at all today. Did you all take notice of that? On a Friday of all days, payday for a lot of people, and he wasn't live at all. I find that awfully interesting. But, yeah, or last night. But I'm sure he's going to make a reprisal role wanting additional money. When asked about his job resources or, his interview for his job, it went fine. What do you mean it went fine? Did you get it? Did you find out if you found out if you got? No, he ain't going for no job. Straight up, flat out. Detroit Nike, and I stake my claim on it, will never get a job. Oh, Fafa, I just did a bit piece on her. I haven't seen her today, but yes, Fiji water. Look, Nike, working is hard work. It is. But it's your money at the end of the day. That's why I always say. Fiji water, look, I used to drink out of a freaking hose in the backyard. Get over it. Yeah, he's running for his water. They're trying to show him the direction of where the water's at. Hi, Schindler. How you doing? But it is, especially when it's well water. But yeah, Nike was upset. He wanted the money back. He wanted this. And the other thing is too, and I find it awfully interesting. He's definitely playing a role as an actor, because one minute he'll sit there and he'll whine and he'll cry, leave me alone, and he doesn't like that because he knows that people are getting and realizing what he's doing is wrong and they're not giving him what he wants. But the minute he gets what he wants, he sits there and he touts it, throws it out, throws it in people's faces, blocks people after they've donated, things like that. And I agree. I think he's an actor and he knows how to play the role, because I've seen it too many times with this guy. I mean, the guy literally had an apartment. He had everything started up for himself, and he lost it because he dove into the bottle aspect. And that was his fault, nobody else's. And his enablers and supporters should have seen that. They didn't care. They didn't care that he was going to lose that apartment. But yet, here's the thing. A lot of them were the ones that turned around and put that money towards him. So now they're out of that money. Whose fault is that? None of ours. But that's his. But that being said, yeah, Nike, you're going to see some more videos. You're going to see a lot more videos coming out here soon, because I'm getting a little on the fed up side with a lot of them. Oh, here's and I'm speeding through these because I want to get to the main individual tonight. Here's a new one. Thanks, Anonymous, for showing me who this one was. She was Yeah, she was a treat. Let me tell you. Heartbreaker, risk taker. Now, I thought it was interesting that she stated that everybody in her family, or the majority of everyone is in the family, is disabled. She also stated that her father had to refile his paperwork for either disability or food resources or food stamps. Well, I'm sorry. I got to pull this up. I'm sorry. You're full of shit. Generally, no, you don't have to refile for any disability benefits if your claim was initially approved. Well, if she's married, good for her. He's the lucky one. However, you may need to refile if your benefits were terminated or you were replying after a denial. Yeah, so, hold on a sec. I gotta let the doggy in. Yeah, I like to do research. I don't give a living crap if it's freaking internet, interweb, whatever, the whole crap. Answers usually turn around and point the right direction. But yeah, she's laying in bed saying that she had to refile. Refile for what? Why would you need to refile if you already confirmed that you were disabled the first time? But I'm sitting there thinking to myself, there ain't nothing clicking here. So I offered her the resources. Hold on. You're going to like this. I think this is the right picture. Oh, these are questions that I was asking to her that she was taking forever and a day to turn around and answer for me, which I thought was interesting. And at one point, I did turn around and offer up the resources. Yep. There you go. There's my proof that I turned around and offered resources. She stared at it for like 15 minutes, and I'm sitting there wondering, is she reading it or rereading it or rereading it? I was just curious. But no, she was asking for food. She had her Cash App and PayPal, I believe, up in the upper left-hand corner in that box. And I offered her help. She's like, oh, thank you. And then she continued to keep going right on into the begging aspect of it all. And I'm like, okay, well, obviously she doesn't want the resources. She wants just a cold hard cash. Like Fafa wanted $90. So we're like, Natural Beauty wanted $150. Her? She didn't even say what she wanted. She didn't even ask at all. Hey, Ansley, I'm going to hold off on putting up boxes real quick, dear. Because I just want to hammer through all this and get this done. Because I want to be there for Scammy Awards Live. Anyways, she didn't want any help. She wanted money, straight out, flat out. But, you know who did? We all know who did get what she wanted. My honey got what she wanted. Maggie Foster was asking for $75 for a lift for an event tomorrow. She my honey. Yes. She got it. Yep, she got it. And I was really shocked. But, hey, I'm not going to stop anybody else giving up their hard-earned money. But see, here's where that all falls into place and starts asking me questions. If individuals that are getting SSI or giving money to another person with SSI, could that possibly cause problems? So I'm going to start doing some research on that aspect. But her mods were really trying to push me to come into her live and get up in a box and things like that. Look, I'm not going to run over to a live and have them run their own narrative and control that live like they did with Maggie. Sorry, that's not going to happen. But they are more than welcome to come up into a box individually and state what they feel is the correct way and the reason why. Right, they won't let you talk. And why they feel it's necessary to block and mute anybody and everybody. There you go. See, that's a better picture of it. And she got it. Like I said, she got it, which is, they're right to give that money up. You're not going to get it from me. Straight out. There we go. That's a better picture over, and we can see the chat. Yeah, they were awfully upset. But you know what? That's on them for being upset. That's on them because here's the questions that should be asked to them. Why is it that you feel it necessary to support somebody that is committing essentially a crime and you're okay with it? Now, they'll kick back and say, well, she's not committing any crime. And my response is going to be, yes, she is, because she has not turned around and reported any extra earned income whatsoever. And my question to that is, what's your answer for that? Where are your receipts? I don't even care at this point in time if I see the top of a 1099. No information, no names, no nothing. You show me the top of a 1099, it says where it says 1099. That's it. And I might reconsider saying that she doesn't file that. But as of to right now, no. No. Here's another thing that I came across too. She does not, and from what I've seen, she does not fill out her own SSI paperwork at all. She allows her aide to fill that paperwork out. Now, if that aide fills that paperwork out, is she filling out correctly? And is all the information correct within there? I don't think it is. That's my opinion. And like I've said before in my lives, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But then if that's the case, why is the mods getting upset because I'm putting out factual and truthful information? So far, I haven't seen anything that's factual coming from them. However, I will show you receipts about some of the mods. This is not easily broken. Well, there it is. If you look in there, she's a medication aide and a DSP worker. Now, that being said, DSP worker is a mandated employee. Mandated meaning that she is a mandated reporter, that her responsibility is to report any false, any wrongful information, any wrong doing with anybody with disabilities or thereof. And I have a definition for that if you want me to all put it up. But that's fine. I don't need to turn around and do that. But to the fact that she is sitting there supporting somebody and is a mandated reporter tells me you either don't have a job anymore as a DSP worker or you don't really care about what is right and wrong. Now Easily Broken has turned her page completely private. Luckily, I was able to get this picture, and I'm keeping it. because she needs to be well known who she is, what she does. Now, I got another one for you, and this one, I know where this one's at. Ladies and gentlemen, Queen Peaches, I give you. Mother, single, 36, and loves to give Maggie money. Now, whether that's her choice, I don't really give a crap. But here's the thing. She stated in a live the other night that if you're being blocked, you're being blocked for a reason. Why? Queen Peaches, please explain to me. I would love for you to get up into a box and explain to me as to the reason why you feel it necessary to turn around and mute and block anybody that's turning around and trying to mention the word SSI. Is there a reason that there's something wrong with those 3 letters? I would love for you to tell me that. But see, here's the thing. You won't, because you know you're in the wrong. Any mods or even the individual themselves that's scamming and taking other people's money will not get into a box because they know what they're doing is wrong, but they won't admit it. Plain and simple on that one. I don't care 2 ways to none how you turn around and delve out the cards. Ooh, that was another buying customer. Sorry, Bug Zapper's working overtime tonight. Ooh. Oh yeah, and that's a TikTok Bug Zapper. Anyways, they will not turn around and say otherwise because they're too afraid to. They're too scared to put themselves up into a box with somebody that is speaking facts and truth and is putting out awareness. I mean, unless you have a problem with that, I don't. But I am not going to come over to somebody's live who is a scammer and a beggar, live by the narrative when you have 6 people up into a box, in boxes. Sorry, it's never going to happen. But I will be respectful, I will be nice, and I will allow you to come up into the box individually so that I can ask the questions that need to be asked. Plain and simple. Now, that being said, let's get into the meat and potatoes of a lot of this. Some of the chat might run into this, but my apologies. So, we all know about TikTok's community guidelines. They're great community guidelines, and for the most part, I do my very best to stick to these community guidelines because I respect the platform. However, your normalized scammer and beggars will not follow the community guidelines whatsoever, period. Goods and commercial goods. Frauds and scams, plain and simple, is a deceitful and deceptive act that often exploits others for financial gain or to obtain an individual's personal information. Hey, Maggie, did you put out somebody else's personal information? Did you dox people on this app? I think you did, because I've seen the videos, straight up. Facts are facts. You clock that, T Maggie, all day. Your mods have turned around and have continuously incited violence and extremist information by threatening other individuals on this app. Prove me wrong. I've seen those videos and they're all over the place because we all know the internet is forever. Now, that being said, Maggie, you're facilitating financial and individual targeted scams. You're scamming because you're taking other people's money for your financial gain. See that word up there, financial gain? And yet you are turning around and receiving SSI and food stamps from state assistance. So what you're doing is you're literally stealing from other people and you're frauding and scamming them. Now, you want to get in depth? Let's talk about the Chris Brown concert that you ain't going to, that you turned around and begged for the money for that, then decided not to return that money to anyone. Wasn't that right? I'm pretty sure I was right about that. Yeah, I think I was right. I remember that. But that being said, you never returned it, which is considered frauds and scams. Straight out. Just saying, I'm pointing out rules that are in community guidelines. Now, if you would like me to expand this picture so you can see it better, I can do that. Now, on the backside, your mods are part of this as well because you're facilitating organizational fraud. Now, I was in a live where somebody had stated that you turn around and give out 10% of what you receive to your mods. Do all of your mods know all that information, Maggie, or is it just that you told your top tier ones, like Easily Not Broken or Melly, or, Mella, or Serena, who's a big gifter for you? I saw the big gifts coming out. I mean, I'm just asking honest questions. Let's get into another thing, too, that's in these rules. You know that Cash App that you keep using? That's not your Cash App? Don't be surprised if your Cash App gets continuously reported, because look at that third paragraph down. Does that say facilitating organizational fraud such as money laundering, utilizing somebody else's Cash App? And this also goes to Detroit Nike too, because he's running cash through other people's, thing. That's why he lost his money in the first place. But if I'm correct, you're moving illegally acquired money because you went after somebody to take that money and begged for that money and frauded them of that money. And now you turn around and moved it through some other way of Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo, only to get it turned around and given to you. That is considered, in a sense, money laundering. So what you're doing is committing a crime there too. Now, my question is what do you have to say for that? I mean, I'm just being honest. These are the rules. And if you have a problem with it, take it up with TikTok, because they're the ones that created the rules to protect people on this app from people like you and your mods. Makes sense to that. And call me a liar if that's not exactly why they turned around and put these rules up. Oh, Fafa. Would you like to join me in this live and come up into a box? I saw you come in. You're more than welcome to come up into a box. So, but I'm just putting out the information of where this is all coming from. Oh, by the way, Fafa, I never once turned around and offered you a dime. So you run your own narrative on your page. I'll run mine here. Hi, Serena. How you doing? Welcome into the live. Would you like a box? Yes, it is considered wire fraud as well as money laundering in a sense. Either way, there is a crime that is being committed. I mean, both on the backside with the fact that has she reported her 1099s? I mean, I'm just asking honestly. I'm going to let you up in a box, Fafa. All I ask is that you be respectful, or I will drop you and kick you to the curb. Hello?
So, why did you go on my video and tell people that you gave me money when you didn't?
Because
I
I
have a
don't.
screenshot of it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Well, then post the video then.
I already have.
Okay.
Ironically, someone flagged it.
Okay. What?
So
What?
tell me something. So why don't you tell your
No,
viewers
wait a
how
minute. Wait
you
a minute. Wait
lied?
a minute. Wait a minute. So somebody flagged it?
Yeah, someone flagged because it was marked under hate and harassment because I called you out for lying to people on my video. And I even told you on my video, don't be lying to people. You didn't give me anything.
And I said I don't give money to scammers and beggars.
Well, you know what? Who are you to say what's what and who's a scammer and who's a fraud? Who are you? Are you the king of the world?
I'm somebody that's been doing this for a while, dear.
No, 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 no. Who gives you the right to call out people because of what you believe?
What I believe is right and wrong. Do you see the community
Do you have
guidelines?
proof of what you do you have
Do
proof
you
of what
see the
you
community
accuse?
guidelines, dear? Do you see them? They're in the chat right here. You read them, right?
You're not answering my question.
Well,
Do you
I'm
do
asking you.
you
You're in my
call
live
people
in the box, and I'm being as
frauds?
respectful as I could
You
be.
call people frauds and scammers, yet you have no proof of this.
Did you? Oh, okay. So what? About a month and a half, 2 months ago, you didn't turn around and pull the same stunt in another live
Like, what did I lie about?
about the $90 for Instacart?
I never lied about $90 on my Instacart. They took $10 for 9 drivers. I have proof of
Okay.
this.
Okay.
So
And
you're
yet
calling me a liar?
when somebody offered you ideas and methods to retain that money back, you did not want to listen to a single person. Did not want
Because someone gives you advice about me, I'm writing the CEO to get my money back. Have you ever thought that maybe I've already reported them to the Better Business Bureau and the State Attorney General's office for doing it?
Okay,
Have you
so
ever
what?
thought that maybe I was
Then
contacting the
why haven't
CEO?
you heard a response back? And then when
It takes
somebody
time. It
suggested
doesn't
about
happen
getting you a new
overnight.
bank card, you complained that it would
You're
be
not
too long.
patient. You're not. Are you?
We're going to mute you because you're going to actually be respectful and not overtalk me. Did you turn around and take that advice of getting a new bank card? No. Did you apply for a new bank card 2 months ago? No. So now my question to you is it everyone's responsibility to adult with you to take care of your $90 that occurred a month and a half, 2 months ago? No, it's not. Read the rules. Straight sits there and says facilitating financial and individual targeted scams. You tried to pull this stunt a month and a half, 2 months ago, and you're still doing it again this month. Your mom receives assistance. She obviously receives food stamps. What's the problem? It's been 90 days. When I got into your box, I was willing to offer you resources to get food, help you search for food banks. But you know what you did? You berated me, you yelled at me, you made the attempts to say that I offered you money, which I never would ever do because I have a wife that looks over my bank accounts. Do you really think for a minute that I would give somebody else on this app a dime of my money? No. And yet you sat there and said that you posted a video and it got brought down. Well, show a screenshot where I said literally that I would offer you $90. It's not there. Now I'm going to unmute you. All I ask is that you be respectful and talk to me respectfully, or I will boot you from the box like you did me 2 days ago. Her microphone's turned back on. She can come back in and talk respectfully.
Excuse me, sir. You need to answer my question. Do you live in my town?
No, I
Yes or no?
don't. No,
Then
I
how the
don't.
hell would you know what resources I have available to me in my town?
Sweetheart, it's
Do
called
you?
to look up for resources.
But if
So
you
what
don't
other
live in my
excuse are you going to
town,
give? What
then how do
other
you know
excuse
what
are
is
you going to
offered in
give?
my town?
Papa, what other excuse are you going to give?
Excuse me, sir. If you don't live in my town, then how do you know what resources are available
Well,
to
then,
me in
if
my
I don't
town?
live in your town, why would you think everybody
Exactly.
on this app would give you money for
Exactly.
$90?
So you're basically assuming you know what goes on in my town and what's available to an
I don't
American
need to
citizen
assume. I
in my
assume because you're
town.
putting yourself out on a public app asking for other people's money.
A lot of
Period.
people do that. Are you jumping on everybody for doing
But
it? Why don't you
yeah,
just mind
do
your own
you not
business?
see the community guidelines? Did you not read
Why
them?
don't you mind your own business and leave people alone?
Why don't you stop
Do you have a
targeting
life?
individuals for money
Do you
and
have
go
a
work
life?
for your own money? You're sitting here asking people for $90 of their own hard-earned money that they work 8 to 10 hours a day. And you have the audacity to come in here to a person's live that's willing to give you resources for food and sit there. I don't live in your city. I don't need to live in your city. But what you need to do is have a little bit more couth, a little more respect for other people. Be more humble to what people can offer you. Not sit there in a live and start bashing people, yelling at people, screaming at people. And the thing is, when I got out of your box, you kicked me out. You can ask Anonymous. I went over to her live and I was ticked because I was truly over there to try to help you. But you don't want the help. Guess what? Don't ask me for help. Good luck for the $90. Do your best to help out because that's exactly what you're doing. I unmuted you.
Why don't you want to answer questions? Where do you live?
I
What
don't need to tell you
state?
where I live.
Aha! You want to know where I live. You want to know what my town does, but you don't want to ask me where you live so
I
I know
know
what goes on in your
exactly where
town.
you live.
Oh,
I know
yeah, where?
exactly who you are.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have I seen you before?
Nope.
Then how the hell do you know me so well? Are you a stalker?
Nope.
Yes.
Do you know what the common definition of a stalker is?
Well, since you said you know exactly where I live and you know
Answer my
exactly where I
question. Do you
am,
know the
that means
definition
you're a
of what a
stalker.
stalker is, Fafa?
You're a stalker.
Do you know the definition of a stalker?
You're a stalker.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll help you with that, okay?
You're a
Let me help you
stalker.
with that. Honey?
I do do So you take gossip. You take rumors. Interesting. That's how you run your lives.
Mm-hmm.
You take rumors and gossip and you use it and act like it's all truth. So
Well,
basically you're just a fake on you're just a fake on TikTok.
okay.
Yeah, so
Okay. Okay. So,
face.
okay.
Why don't you show your
I ain't got no
face?
problem showing my face.
Show your face. Come on. Show your face. You big man.
Hi, how are you? This is my face. You like my
So,
face?
so basically, you listen to other people about what you think is facts. You don't ask the person directly.
Well, I
That's
asked
not
you a
very
question.
mature.
I asked you a question respectfully, and you will answer it. Do you
Oh yeah, what'd
know?
you ask me?
Do you know the definition of what a stalker is?
Yes, I do. Do you?
Absolutely.
You're the one
What
that
is it?
said you know where I am.
What
You did not
is?
just say you
What
know where I am.
is? Well, it's kind of hard not to know where you're at when somebody sends me information about you. So
So
now
basically, you listen to rumors
my
and
question
gossip.
you will ask and answer that I asked. What is the definition of a stalker, dear?
Someone who knows where you're at, what you're doing, and how you're doing at all times of the day, which is what you say you think you know everything about me. So basically, you're a stalker.
No.
You assume everything. You judge everybody. You act like everybody is a fraud and a scam except for you, because
Well,
there's
when you
people
come
on
on a
TikTok
public
who ask
app and
for.
you're asking other people for money, what do you think that is?
Excuse me. Is there not other people who do battles? Are there
Okay,
not other
well,
people?
what about
Do there not?
battles?
Do people not go on TikTok to earn money by doing battles and getting
Well,
gifts?
okay. Hey, Fafa,
Do
I
they
got a
not?
great idea. I got a great
Do
idea.
they
Why
not?
don't you do the same
Do
thing?
they not?
Why don't you do the same thing? Don't judge people that battle.
I'm not judging. I'm just
Well,
saying there's other
apparently you
people who
are.
actually do the same thing that
Apparently you
I do.
are.
I don't do it by battles though. I do it by asking them point blank. I
No,
don't
no, 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 no.
sit there
You're
demanding
asking is
galaxies
the
and
same
shit.
as begging for money.
You know what? You don't like the truth, do you?
Oh, I know what the truth is.
No, you don't, dude. You
Mhm.
go by
Oh, dude.
assuming.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So,
TikTok should really get you for harassing people and taking gossip and
oh,
and
let's go
rumors
along the
and
lines
acting
of
like it's
harassing.
fact.
So, your live last night, you weren't harassing anybody at all, right?
Nope. I was
Mm.
de- I was defending myself. Is that what you call harassing?
Defending yourself from begging for other people's money because you targeted people for the money that you feel is owed to you by people on TikTok because you got taken by Instacart. Make that make
People,
sense.
excuse me. Excuse me. Last night I was watching Laverne and Shirley. I didn't ask anybody for money. I was watching Laverne and Shirley, and people were asking me what happened with my day, how was I doing, what was going on, what was my story. So I'm supposed to lie to them and just say I'm just watching TV. I'm not doing anything else.
No,
So
no, no,
you
no,
can
no.
feel
What I
happy.
want and what I think everybody would rather hear is yes, I'm on this app begging for other people's money because I made a mistake with Instacart.
I'm not going to admit that because that was not what I did.
Well, yeah, you pretty much already did when you sat there and said you gave
Oh,
$10
for
to nine other
goodness.
drivers.
You're an attention seeker.
No, I'm not.
That's what you are.
No, I'm not.
You're an attention seeker. You
What I
basically
am
take
is a
everybody
person
else's
that speaks
lives.
truth and facts.
You
You
take
hide
everybody
truth and
else's
facts when you
lives
block and
and
mute
you use it
everybody.
for your own attention to get viewers.
Mm.
You don't talk about
You're
your.
right. You're right. You're right. I'm an attention seeker because I don't offer truthful and honest resources to help people. If that's the case, Fafa, if that's the case, then explain to me
Can't
why
do
so
honest
many
resources if we're
people.
not in the same town the person is in.
It doesn't matter. Do you not listen to me? Turn the hearing aids up, ma'am.
Okay, let
You
me ask
don't
you a
need to be
question.
in the same town for me to
How much,
find out
if
resources
anything,
for you. But you know what? You know what? You know what? I am going to do a video just for you. And this video is going to have resources nationwide
okay,
for
let me ask you a
you to reach
question.
out to get
If I
food
don't
for
have a
you and
car,
your mom.
excuse me, if I don't have a car, how am I supposed to go to other places to get resources
Oh,
and
wait
that's
a minute.
not my town?
Cam, somebody said that in your live. How about a thing called Meals on Wheels?
And that costs you money every month, dumbass.
So now we're down to name calling.
Do you
Okay.
not look at facts?
Okay.
Have you ever looked at
Okay.
Meals on
Have you
Wheels?
factually looked into churches for help for food? Probably not. Probably not. I feel sorry for you. I truly do. Because you obviously could have gotten at least a lot more help from somebody like me, my mods, and anybody else that's in this chat respectfully being respectful. They're literally being respectful, but you don't want to be. That's your fault. That's not everybody's fault in this chat right here. All these folks here, every single one of them. That's not their fault. That's your fault. You don't want to listen to reason. You didn't want to listen about getting a new bank card. You didn't want to listen to the fact of, resources actually do help. Doesn't matter what city or town you're in, or even in BFE land. You didn't want to listen to that.
Oh, for
You wanted to
God's
run your own
sakes.
narrative.
You think you know it all. You're one of those pompous males who
Oh
think they
my
know it all.
God. And you're just a straight scammer wanting $90.
You're a scammer.
How am I a scammer?
You're a fraud and you're a scammer.
Prove
You're
to
an
me how I'm a
attention seeker
scammer.
on
Right here. I want
TikTok.
to see receipts right here how I'm a scammer.
You're a scammer and you're a
Just
fraud.
because you're running your narrative with
You're
your
also
mouth does not
hate.
make a person a scammer.
You're very much hate.
Mm-hmm.
You have a very miserable life,
Hey, I got
sir.
a question to ask you. How did your mom get a black eye?
Excuse me?
How did your mom get a black eye?
She scratched she scratched her eye with her fingernail. You want to ask her?
No, I
She's
don't
right
need
here.
to
You
ask
want to
mom.
ask her?
I don't need
You
to
want to
ask
ask
mom.
her? You want to
Oh,
ask her,
you know what?
asshole?
You know what? I'll
It
be
is none
respectful.
of your business, you old foggy man. Shut up.
Okay. All right.
You have no fucking clue about anything. You just take a guess and you assume shit so you get more attention on TikTok. That's your
Bye, Fafa. I think I've heard enough of your running of this. So, yeah, that was Fafa. Fafa is gone. Bye, Fafa. You had your one chance for offer for resources and help. I would have gone to everything to help you out. Oh, so now nobody mute, nobody block her. Let her down there and she can watch what resources can do. She can sit there and turn around and maybe be humbled a little bit. But see, that's her problem. When she's in a live, she's never humble. You could send her a gift. She ain't gonna sit there and say thank you. Sorry, but hey, you know what, Fafa? Your label is a scammer. Straight out, $90. Go work for it, like everybody else does. Yes, yes. You know what, Carmen? I was getting to that. I knew they were connected. Medicare and Medicaid, one of the two, offers Meals on Wheels, but you don't do your research. So, yeah, I'm a scammer. Far from it, Fafa. Fafa. Do your research on me and everything that's happened and everything that everybody has taken hold of with the resources. But, and yeah, you're right. I want to make mention of that. According to um, Erica, I make gobloads of money off of this app. You're right. Yeah, gobloads. I'm a multi-millionaire off of this. Let's see. Carmen's gonna come up. She deserves a box. And hi,
Thank
Carmen.
you. How are you?
Well,
So Miss
pretty
Fafa,
good.
Fei, whoever, whatever your name is, it's like, besides me being blocked in your life, I'm not in this one. So therefore now you can listen to me. I know for a fact because I help take care of an elderly lady that's on Medicare and Medicaid, and they both actually provide Meals on Wheels through both. It's not just one or the other, it's actually Medicaid and Medicare provide Meals on Wheels, and you literally get to pick your choices of what you want each week, and they deliver weekly meals, like tons of them. And then also, they provide transportation. It's called Access, and it's nationwide, Medicaid and Medicare. So you have no excuse whatsoever for any transportation. They will take you to any and every all appointments. They will take you to go shopping at Walmart, all of it. So therefore, what's your excuse now?
And I just want to point out one thing. Fafa, you said that's a scratch. That's a little bit more than a scratch, ma'am. Just putting that out there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Fafa. This is her mother. She seems sweet, seems dear, but after what I just heard, oh, I doubt that.
Yeah, it's like I actually think she kind of uses her mother as a prop sometimes. The more I've watched her, it's like because she'll pan it over. But did you hear her last night after she got all nasty and hateful with you? She literally told her mom, she's like, "You're giving too much information," and hurry up and pan the camera back over to her, and then started in on you.
Right.
I mean, that's what pisses me off. I mean, it's like
Look,
this
folks,
is not
and
just
I
a
just want to put
simple
this out
scratch.
there. I want this to be heard by everybody. I am a respectful person until you start falsely accusing, start raising your voice, and start yelling at me. Look, Carmen, you and I are just talking normal now. But what you're not going to do is come into my life, disrespect anybody in.
And also, it's like if you like zoom in, there is a bruise right there at the bottom part of her cheekbone, her jawline.
Hi, Sue. How are you? Sorry you had to see that.
That's okay. It's not the first time. We both know that.
I know.
Because you kind of own her. Listen, Fafa, if you're still in here, do you not understand? Look up resources in your area. So no, Jeff doesn't need to be sitting on your lap in your chair while you use your resources are. We all do. How do you think we look them up? The internet's been around for quite some time, and if you do, instead of throwing out all this mean, nasty bullcrap that no one deserves. Jeff is not a scammer. Wanted to do was help you out, but you decided to take the very, very, very low road.
Like, that lady is mean as hell, and it's like none of us deserved what she did to any of us, and said to, especially all4one last night. It's like I myself have been in all kinds of people's lives today. I literally got asked to message your account, your name, and they said they would actually look into it. I said, it's nationwide. That's all you have to do, and if it doesn't work for you, fine. I said, but and I messaged them this. I said, but being on the internet, I said, you have to understand, people, all of us are working very hard for our money, and even the ones that are on disability, it's like people are on a fixed income. I said, so you got to look into your local resources, or your, whatever town is closest to you, because I told them, it's like Salvation Army, if you tell them what the circumstances are, they will issue a food voucher, whether it be to your local grocery store or to Walmart. It may not be a lot, but it does something. And food banks and all that stuff. But this lady, she's mean, and she's very vile and hateful, and she's on a defense mode.
Yep. And the thing is, with some food banks, if again you use the internet, you'd be able to see that some of them even offer delivery services.
You say the same thing. You took it right out of my mouth.
Yep, there's one in my town that you can be on, not just like go down there every month, you can be put on a specific period of time where they deliver food boxes to you. And I know it's not just here, it's in a lot of different places. You just have to do your research before you put your hot little hand out there and expect all the rest of us who are busting our asses at our job every day to hand over money.
Yeah, but Miss Sue, don't you understand? It's like she is using the internet. It's like she's using it to be, it's called beg talk. Instead of TikTok fun talk, it's beg talk.
And what kills me are they all say the same thing. Well, everybody else does it. I'm going to be my mom for a minute. If everybody else jumped off the bridge, would you go too? Just because everybody else is doing it does not make it right.
No, it doesn't. And the thing about it is that I would have been willing to work with her and offer her resources. I would have even done the research for her, and I've done it before.
You've made calls for people, Jeff.
Yeah.
And I told the gentleman earlier, it's like I said, look, I said, if you find something in his link tree that you think that will help you, if you can't figure it out or do whatever, I said, privately message him. I said, He will even help you, like making the calls for you and getting back to you and giving you particular numbers that you can literally get through to somebody. And they will, I mean, he does very, very good on this app to do all the resources and to help people, you know, and whether if they do it or not, but, you know, I had a very nice, polite conversation with them.
I do want to put in one thing, and I'm going to go camera to camera with anybody and everybody on this, because this does need to come out, and it's not a bad thing. Do you all know the reason why I created the link tree? Does anybody know?
To help people, but no, not really.
No, you're close. You're close. The reason I created the link tree was because I started seeing some of them. And to be honest with you, I actually truly felt sorry for them. I felt sorry for them because there was no direct help to them. There was nothing that was being offered by TikTok to help these individuals that some of them truly needed the help. And that was one of the reasons why I started focusing and looking and molding and getting things together and vetting all the resources. I went through every single goddamn page. It took me months to go through all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I finally started getting everything together, I turned around and started laying it out on the platform and I started small. It didn't have near as much help as it does now, but that help is because of folks like these in the chat right here. These, even Sue, even everybody came up with ideas, suggestions to put in there. And I turned around and I went through everything. I vetted even the ones that people gave me, and I put them in the link tree because people needed true help. And it makes me feel so good to hear the stories that people have actually gotten the help from. And this right here is what is full. Yes, it's called teamwork. And this is what's full. My heart is full knowing that I can offer that help to these individuals on this platform. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I've already started rolling out some new stuff. I'm already starting to look into an actual website for all resources into a one website link. I mean, the reason that being is because most people don't know what to research up, what to look, what to tap on, what to get to. And that reason is because of the resource link tree is why I did it. And I did it because I wanted it to be anonymous. I don't want to know who uses it. I don't need to. And for that reason is to the contributing reason why I go into somebody's life that's begging and needs help, truly needs help, and offer the resources to them because it's anonymous. I don't need to know that. And it's their privacy. I have no need to know about their privacy, their conditions, or whatever. If they're willing to turn around and explain what is going on and what is happening in their lives, that is kept private between me and them. Notice how many people I've turned around and helped, but I've not put out names, and I won't.
You don't need to.
In fact, yeah, and I don't have to because that is what's called respect.
Right.
Respect
You know what
is
else?
given.
You know what else kills me? Is the fact that for some reason, all these scammers are under the impression that anybody who puts out anti-scam content, which, you know, I don't really do any of anymore. It got too overwhelming, is that nobody's making money hand over fist. Most of us don't make a single solitary dime. And that's not why we're out there doing it. And the other thing that people say is, oh, you're just chasing clout. Clout? Are you serious? Clout for taking people's hard-earned cash? We don't need that kind of clout. Thank you and good night.
I'm with you 100% on that one.
Well, and here's the other thing too, and I'm going to point out what Katie just said. I've seen it over and over again. I've been doing this a hot minute with Sue. Sue has been doing it. She knows me from the past.
Yep.
But the biggest thing I've noticed is, and I'm going to be honest, and this is my opinion, a lot of them are lazy.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to do it. They just want people's money straight out, flat out. They don't care. They don't want to do the research on their own. They don't want to do the legwork on their own. Why?
Or they
If
come
it's
up with
something,
excuses.
right. And the thing is that if it, a good friend of mine, well, a while ago had told me, and I live by this. God bless her soul. She's still with us, but I am so grateful that she turned around and said this because it means a lot to me to go in that direction. It's a hand up, not a hand out.
Right.
It's to get you back up on your feet so
Right.
that you can turn around and do for yourself.
Right. Like
And some
if you get money 1 month, and that's great and all, but then what's your plan B? What are you going to do for the month after that?
Right.
And the month after that? Like people that come on to beg for Christmas. Most of us who have just regular jobs, we plan for Christmas far in advance. We'll buy gifts far in advance, or we'll put away
Well, and not
into a
only
savings
that,
account.
Walmart nationwide also has the what is that Christmas giving tree? It's like that you can put your
Yep.
name on. So
The
does
angel
Salvation
tree.
Army,
Exactly.
Goodwill, all them
Yeah.
places. You can
Yep.
literally put your name in, especially if you have little ones. Because I've had a couple of people here in Pittsburgh that I literally gave those resources to, and it helped them a good tremendously amount in Christmas. Where it's called Toys for Tots, where they go through and let the
Yes.
kids pick out their own toys, and it's not just a couple of toys. They let them pick out brand new bikes, tricycles. I mean, you name it, it's there for them, and it's
Right.
all to help them, for Christmas, and to help the struggling parents. But like you said, it's plain pure laziness. I mean,
Yep.
I don't care what it is. I mean, even if you make a sign and go out and stand, in an intersection, which we have a lot of those here in PA, it's still, I mean, look, granted, I still don't, give my money to them. It's like, but at least they're out there trying, to earn something. I mean, that's, to me, it's like it's working. This here is just, I mean, it's total bullshit how TikTok has become nothing but
Yes.
scammers and beggars.
Yep.
Yep.
That's why I stepped away from it, because as soon as you get rid of one, there's like 5 or 6 right behind them that are ready with a brand new interesting scam, a new twist on it. And
That's the other thing that's interesting too. Scammers watch scammers.
oh
They learn
yes.
from the other ones. They get the ideas from the other ones, and then you get all these susceptible individuals in the live, and they turn around and they see it, and they're like, "Oh, I feel sorry." Manipulation is a big one. Yeah, MP Jewelry. I've been watching them, and that's an interesting.
Yeah, like my bestie, it's like Becky. Seeing
Yes.
that I'm supposed to be a California girl that I love. I'm actually almost ashamed to even say I live in Pittsburgh because of Lisa. But it's like I don't even know where she got California at. But it's like I'm Carmen the California girl. It's like
Oh, and as a definition for stalker, I am not a stalker. Far from it. I
Yeah.
do research. But here's the thing: the definition of a stalker is an individual that consistently and constantly text messages, calls, follows that individual around on day in and day out basis. Also harasses them. So make that make sense. Where did I ever once message you or text message you or DM you constantly and followed you around? I didn't. That's because I'm not a stalker. I got better things to do. I mean, seriously.
Like work.
Yeah. Work is a major one. Most of us work 40, 50-hour weeks. Some may work more. But like I said, that goes right back to the rhetorical. It's our money. Why are you asking me for your money? Just ask.
And the thing
And
is,
the
I'm
funny thing
surprised
with
she
her,
actually came in here.
yeah, I know, I was shocked, but I did invite her. I said to her that she was more than welcome to come up into a box. Now, with that being said, she was disrespectful, rude, and ignorant. And I don't go for that. But I tried to hold my tongue as best I could.
this economy is hard, people. Ignorance is not bliss in this economy.
Very. So, but that being said,
I'm gonna drop.
Maggie
I don't
does
mean to
the
interrupt you. I'm gonna drop down. I appreciate you for letting me up, but I
Oh,
had to come up just to say about the access, transportation, and the Meals on Wheels. It's absolutely free for Medicare and Medicaid recipients.
You're awesome, Carmen. Love ya.
Love
Thank
you
you, Carmen.
too. And I don't know who sent me the gift, but I appreciate you. I think it was Mama Bear, but thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop down too. My Friday night treat just arrived. I get Chinese every Friday.
There you go. Enjoy it.
You know, that I bought with the money that I get from my job.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, I'm being sequestered over to Maggie's live. That's not going to happen. That is not the best of ideas because I've opened up my live and my boxes to them to come over respectfully and talk, but I will not run by their narrative. So I'm just pointing that out. Am I scared? No. But I'm also not going to sit in a box and be disrespected. Straight out.
Right. That's why I wanted to come up, because I've known you for a long time and
Yep.
you're so far removed from a scammer that it's
Yeah.
not funny.
Yeah. So I appreciate you, Sue.
All right. Love you guys. Be good out
Take care,
there.
dear. Let's tap the screen real quick. Let's get us up to 100K. That'd be great if you could do that for me, respectfully. So we see the side of somebody that likes to run their narrative on this side. And now we've also seen this side of a person that's willing to turn around and I'm yelling at you. Offer resources. And the thing is what are you going to take? Run this narrative and beg? Or are you going to take this narrative and say, hey, it's okay. I'm going to take full efforts for resources. Yeah. He needs an Uber all the time. But, you know, it is what it is. Look, the resource link tree is there for everyone. Now, that being said, I did turn around and state in the beginning of the live, I've added 2 new links at the top. One is for SSI fraud. If you feel and see that somebody is committing SSI fraud, the phone number is in the website. You just tap on the link, boom, it takes you right to the link to the website, and boom, there's the phone number. The second one is for the USDA SNAP program. If you feel somebody's abusing food stamps, taking advantage of food stamps, things like that, the link's there. It'll take you right to the contact, and you can file your report with the USDA. Look, this app isn't created for begging. You want to beg? Go somewhere else. You know, this app was designed to have fun and to watch people's awesome creativity come to life. Not sit here and watch somebody stretched out across a bed or lounging in a chair asking for other people's money. I mean, last time I checked, I didn't realize that it was our responsibility to take care of your bills, straight out, flat out. Prove me wrong. And yes, we did get off a track, but we're going to stay within the boundaries of what is left of this live, because I'm sure I'm missing Scammy Awards live. But, you know, this, like I said, this app is no longer fun. Who wants to sit and watch somebody beg for, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours? Not me. Not me. And you could sit there and tell me that I can keep scrolling, but here's the thing. I can keep scrolling, but 9 times out of 10, and what I've seen from TikTok is you will literally see that same person come back around again and scam. Oh, I figured Tim was going to be a no-show. He's too scared, and he doesn't want to put himself out there. He doesn't want to answer the questions that should be answered. That's his catch. That and the fact that Timmy was busy with Lassie over the air fryer. And you know what, Solus? They can call me out all they want. I'd like to have not easily broken in my live in a box, but I guarantee you she won't come over here. She's too scared. Guaranteed Mela won't get into a box. None of them. Serena was in here. You see where she's at. She's probably over there giving what gifts she can to Maggie, you know, because all of her mods give that money to Maggie. But it is what it is. They can run their own narrative, run their own stories, run their own thing. But here's what it comes down to: what Maggie is doing is wrong. Prove me otherwise. You feel that her receiving SSI and food stamps on top of begging on TikTok is an okay thing to do. I'll tell you what. Let's turn around and we're going to flip this camera back around so that way I can show it one last time before we go. Because they feel that it's necessary to turn around and stand up for what Maggie's doing is right. Well, not really. The same as fa-fa. Not really. There you go. There you go. So, mods, you want to come over and explain this in the community guidelines? And I don't want to hear this guy, well, this person's doing the same thing, and I'm a mod for them because all I want is my clout. Come over in this live, be respectful, get in a box, and explain to me what this all means to you. Because obviously, you don't give a damn about the community guidelines. That's a fact. Because I'll tell you what, you ain't going to turn around and make me decide otherwise. This is coming right out of TikTok. Cash App, because that Cash App is not Maggie's, is it? No, it's not. We came across this with Austin Tamargo, individual targeted scams, meaning individuals for their money. Look, you want to give up your money to somebody that's sitting on a sofa so that that person for their money. Look, but here's the thing. If you're going to give her the money, give it all to her. I have yet seen any of her mods gift Maggie. That's interesting. I haven't seen any of her mods give money to Maggie. That's interesting. But yet, Maggie receives SSI and food stamps, and yet, why aren't you giving her more of your money? Well, why do you want Maggie to go live on a social media app that's a public app, and their community guidelines specifically state not for begging, frauding, and scamming, and yet you're okay with it? I mean, come on, seriously, not easily broken. You're a mandated reporter for the state. I mean, just saying. Facts are facts straight across the board. And I'm not afraid to do that. But let's get into real quick. I'll skim right over some of this because I feel that it's necessary that it comes out. There you go. Identify scams and protect yourself. Frauds and scams are deceitful and deceptive acts that often exploit others for financial gain. Gee, what do you think Maggie's doing? Right about now, asking for $1,200. What, that she wants to go on a trip? Work for yourself, Maggie. Do you realize that individuals are authorized who are receiving SSI to earn an extra $32,000 a year? And yes, I do have the receipts. If you want me to put them up, I can. But then I would have to search for all that. They're eligible to work up to $32,000 extra a year. Just saying. Hello.
Hey, all4one.
How you doing?
You telling me easily broken she worked for the state?
She is a DSP worker.
Oh, she is.
Yes.
I'm for the report her ass.
I don't know what state she is in. I'm just putting it out there.
Oh, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna find out. But
Okay.
she want to sit up over there and she worked for the state and she over there helping Maggie?
Well,
Okay. Thank you for telling me.
You're welcome.
Because grandma want her.
Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't find out what I didn't find out where secondary live if I have to. I'm both tired because some of us. I have no more time to turn around and put into somebody like that. Um, hi little man, how you doing? Look, all I'm saying is, you want to give your money to Maggie, go right ahead. You give that money to her because she's going to go on that fancy, nice trip, and you're not going to go with her. Plain and simple. And I'm calling Maggie out, straight out. I'm calling all of her mods out. They have every opportunity to get into a box in this live right here, right now. Turn around and put out what they want, and make me believe that what she's doing is right. Now, Candy, that's why we can't have nice things, Candy. There we go. How you doing, dear?
Hey, I just watched a live to where they were calling me out, but I know Maggie won't let me on her panel, so I would like them to come over here and talk to me because what are y'all calling me for? Y'all reported my live for irregulated selling of goods. I was just showing my house. What do y'all want from me? What am I doing that's so illegal? Y'all said I get SSDI, I'm crippled, and I live with my sister when I own my own house. I'm not gonna let you know how many acres I own, but I own my own. I don't live with my sister nor my veteran. Now, what else do y'all guys want from me? He's giving you the opportunity. Maggie won't let us on the panel. So what do you have to say? We are here. We are here. I'm not talking about y'all. I care to not talk about y'all. Y'all not putting no money in my pockets. So therefore, what do y'all want from us?
Well, I could probably answer that. They're going to sit there and turn around and run their narrative and say, you need to leave Maggie alone. Well, okay. Here's an answer for that. Maybe Maggie should live within her financial reasonings and her
Right.
responsibilities first, instead of wasting her SSI on money on frivolous things like, oh, I don't know, called gambling, bingo, things like that. And take care of her own responsibilities first instead of coming on here and begging for the money.
Hmm.
The second thing is Maggie is receiving food stamps. So why is it that she needs DoorDash each and every single time? Make that make sense to me. And
Maybe
then
they
you
got
sit there and you
maybe they got stopped because she's been begging a lot for DoorDash more than normal.
well, and the thing is, let's go back to her previous DoorDash where she got Popeye's chicken for 3 pieces and literally did not even eat that chicken breast, but didn't have a problem wasting somebody else's money. Make that make sense to me. Just because you don't like the chicken breast doesn't mean that you can't turn around and take that chicken meat off that bone, turn around and chop it up and turn it into a chicken
Make it
salad
a
sandwich.
salad, right? Like, can we get Miss Mess? Can
Well,
somebody send this to
can't
Miss
please
Messy?
everyone. Hey,
Send
that's a
it to Miss
question.
Messy or Not Easily Broken because we can't join Maggie's panel because Maggie doesn't want us over there. She told us $20 to join her panel. Bitch, I'm not paying you $20 to join the
Oh,
damn thing.
yeah, she ain't getting a dime from me. Good luck with
Right.
that.
And her phone
But
bill
see,
is
over
not.
here,
Listen, Maggie is on another person's phone bill. She's not on her own phone plan. Her phone bill is not $100 a month. Please. I've known
well, and she
Maggie.
has a government phone too.
She has a government phone, but she also has a phone that she
Right.
pays $60 a month for. She's on her AIDS plan. Allegedly.
And now the question I want to ask you is the food stamp aspect. Where does their food stamps go to? Does she use
I
it?
don't know.
Well, and here's the thing. This live is here right now. I
Send it,
mean,
send it to Not Easily Broken. Send it to Miss. They have so much to say. Like I want them because Maggie does not want us to join the panel, but they want. They said unblock them so they could come over here. That's what they
they're
said.
not
Unblock them.
blocked.
So somebody send it to them. They have so much to say. Come up here. Come over here. Somebody send it to them. Come up here. Please come up here.
Well,
What is
and
the
here's
problem?
the thing what it's going to happen is they're not going to come up here because I can guarantee you they're scared. My reasoning of going over there and not getting into a box.
Somebody please send this to Not Easily Broken or whatever them people name is, because I don't even know them people.
Yeah,
I don't even
she
talk
is
about
she
them.
is using somebody else's cash app. Yes, you are correct. That is considered laundering of money.
That's not her
I've already
sister. That's not her sister. I'm sorry.
no, and the thing is Detroit Nike does the same thing. These individuals do not seem to understand that what they are doing is committing a fraud, and if they get reported, what do you think's the next thing they're going to? Oh, I got report. I lost my cash app. That's your fault, not ours. We already gave you a heads up.
Right. I just want them to come over here because they keep talking about me. They made a whole live. They kept calling my name out, like my legal name out. Like why y'all want to talk to me so bad? I'm here. I'm
Hey,
here.
the other thing is too is let's talk about the Chris Brown concert incident where she took people's money. Even individuals said give that money back, and yet she still never did. That is considered fraud, deception.
Yeah. I go to school for
So
criminal
prove me
justice.
otherwise that it's not considered deception.
When people send you money to spend it on one thing and you don't spend it on that one thing, and they can actually sue you to get their money back because they gave you the money to do one thing and you didn't use it for that one thing, use it for something else, they can
Right.
definitely sue you to get their money back.
Correct.
That
So
is called theft by deception. I know. I go to school for criminal justice. I've been going to school for criminal justice like since I was in the military. This is nothing new.
oh, Tanya just came in. Tanya, would you like a box?
I want everybody to get a box because what's up?
I mean, I I have questions that I would love to have answers for. If you would like to have a box, Tanya. Tanya, ladies and gentlemen, is one of Maggie's big supporters.
Well, I don't know who she is because I don't watch Maggie. I
Well,
just
Tanya
watch.
won't.
I watch.
Tanya won't take a box because she is scared, and that's fine. But that just shows your true character.
All right, so the other mods that's on Maggie page, I don't know their names because I really don't care to indulge on them. Like, but why? Because I watch videos like today to where they've been calling us out, but why y'all won't come over here? What's the problem? Y'all not blocked. I don't block. My page is open. Come over here.
This live is open, and yet Tanya just came in, folks, and she doesn't seem to want a box. What is that telling me? It tells me a
Right.
lot, Tanya.
I'm,
Tells
I'm
me a
not
lot.
understanding. I'm not understanding. Y'all have so much to say when we are on live talking, but when y'all go on the live and y'all call us out, y'all know Maggie is not going to add us to the live, so that's why y'all call us out over there. But when we are live and we telling y'all to come over here to talk to us, y'all never want to talk. Y'all nowhere to be found.
Well, obviously, they're not going to get. She's not going to get into a box, and that's fine. That's her choice. But it's also my choice not to get into a live with 5 other mods and pay 20. No, that's
Right.
sorry.
I'm
Suck the
not paying
suck,
$20
embrace it.
for nothing. I'm not paying $20 to entertain nobody.
And not easily broken can listen all she wants, but that just shows her true character as a DSP worker.
I don't have time for that lady. Please, she older than me and indulging in this crap. This is ridiculous.
It's embarrassing, is what it is.
It is. But not easily broken. If you're listening, you know Maggie is not going to add us to the panel. So why don't you drop from over there and bring yourself over here? You got so much to say. For a person that don't even speak on you, you got so much to say. Come over here and say what you got to say. Because you think people are really scared. I'm not scared. I just don't have time for y'all. But I've been watching videos where y'all been calling my name out. So I want to know what's up. What's the problem? Speak up now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, and you know the other thing is too is you haven't caught on yet to the fact that Maggie's scamming, and you think that what she's doing is okay. Well, I'm sorry, you definitely have horse blinders on, because I'll tell you what, everybody sees it, left and right. They all see it, and you're okay with it. You're fine.
Right.
You're not getting a dime of what Maggie's making, but you're okay with that, right? Make that make sense to me.
That's what I'm not understanding. Y'all ride so hard for her. She don't care nothing about y'all. Like
No.
I'm telling you, I watched these videos to where they was attacking Miss Messy. Maggie ain't say sit there and defend nobody. She just sat there quiet, looking at everybody, just sitting there watching. You think she care about y'all? She don't care nothing about y'all, because she would have been there. Stop doing this, stop doing that. She don't care nothing about y'all. Nothing about y'all.
But you keep
That live was
supporting
a
her.
whole shit show.
Here's the ultimate thing. If TikTok would go away tomorrow, would you still continue to support Maggie's
They
financial
will.
needs?
They will. Because Maggie has so many apps. She has so many. Listen, Maggie will go on Facebook. Maggie will go on Bigo. Maggie will go on Instagram. Maggie is not going to stop. This is not, TikTok is not going to slow her down. So this is just another platform for her. That's what
Right.
I'm trying to get people to understand. That's why I can't argue with these people, because it's going to continue regardless.
And here's the other thing. Aren't you getting tired of constantly sitting in somebody's life that's begging for other people's money? You got to be getting tired of it. It's got to be getting old. I mean, for everyone that's on this app has seen Maggie, heard of Maggie, know of Maggie, they know of Detroit Nike constantly asking for money. It's getting old. It really, really is. How many years have we been going on doing this? I've been doing this for almost 4 years, and it's getting old.
You know what really pissed me
Right.
off today? I'm not even gonna lie to you. When they posted Precious, this y'all know her as Awareness Alert. They
Mm-hmm.
doxed her. They doxed her. They made a fake page and doxed her real name. They even went as far as posting her deceased grandmother and making a cartoon out of it. Now, how
Yes, she
low
can be
can
turned
you
in.
be as a human being to post somebody's grandmother as a cartoon and she has passed away? How low can you be?
But
And y'all laughing at
and that's
that?
the thing.
Y'all are very low.
And that's the thing, Tanya. If you're still in here, you're okay with people doing that. Well, then don't sit and throw a fit. And all the mods that are sitting over there, when I go to do a video on Maggie, because I'll tell you what, it ain't gonna stop me. I got tons of other pages. I have tons of other pages. I got 18 pages alone on 3 devices, and that's only 3.
Like, that was very disgusting of y'all as human beings to post somebody's deceased grandmother, God rest her soul, to post her as a cartoon. Okay? Y'all are very sick human beings to do that. If you have a problem with her, deal with her. But you should never post nobody's deceased family members. Because what if somebody did it to you? You wouldn't like it. Y'all are very sick individuals. Very sick individuals. And I'm speaking on it because that's very sick. Y'all need to be dealt with accordingly.
And you
Serious.
know, and not easily broken. I know you're listening. As a DSP worker, you're okay with what they're doing and anybody else is doing over there, and okay with what Maggie's doing. You should actually be ashamed of yourself.
For
You
real.
know?
And then y'all went as far as looking up her uncle. He's still alive, but y'all posting pictures of her family. Nobody's digging up your family. She could go dig up your family, your kids, or whatever. She doesn't even do that. But y'all are looking up her family, her uncle, her deceased grandmother. What's next? Y'all posting pictures of her
Yes.
cats. Like, y'all are crazy. There's something really deranged with y'all.
Yes, and as a DSP employee, it makes them a mandated reporter.
Yes.
And her in that position, being a mandated reporter, I'm sorry. And I'm going to say this. I feel sorry for you. I really do. I really do. You have a option and the ability to do what's right, and you're not, but yet you're still serving. Yeah, yeah, she can lose her job. And if she doesn't seem to care about losing her job, well, then that's on you. And, yeah, I remember that, PF. I remember that. That actually could have gotten her in trouble right then and there, stating that her brother had, unalived, and yet making false records and statements of that nature in reference to a funeral is actually committing a crime. Yes, there is a lot of things that Maggie Foster can get in trouble with.
And then she made a GoFundMe for somebody that's not even her brother. Don't get me started because I'm pissed off about what she did to Precious' grandmother. Don't even get me started because that was dead wrong for them to do that. It was wrong. It was wrong. Even though they spoke on her so-called brother, you know what? Nobody went as far as making fake pages about him, making cartoons about him. But when people pass away, you leave them alone. You don't go make cartoons about them. You don't disrespect them. Nobody disrespected her so-called brother.
As far as I'm concerned, it's free game. You got it up, I'd be mass reporting the living snot the bank and clock that T-Mods. And the other thing is, too, is that if SSI does come around and they do audit, I did research, SSI could take up to weeks or months in doing the research on individuals such as yourself, Maggie. And when they do come around and they find it, trust me, karma's going to come around. You're not going to like it. Because all that shit is going to involve your mods. And what are your mods going to do, Maggie? They ain't going to be there for you. Tanya's not going to be there for you. She'll kick you to the curb and run off on somebody else. That's exactly what's going to happen. And then what else is going to happen is to the simple fact that you're going to have to pay every single dime of that money back. Whether you get a job or you don't get a job, one way or the other, you're going to have to pay it back. You think your mods are going to help you pay it back? No.
Let me tell you this
You'll
here.
lose your housing. Your affordable housing. You'll lose that too.
All4one, let me tell you how serious this is. I went to go see my attorney, okay? I got a family attorney. They told me it makes no sense to sue her. You want to know why? She has no money, and I won't get anything from her. It makes no sense. Because all she's going to do is get on live to beg to pay everybody back for every lawsuit that she has against her. And it's going to be so many. For defamation of character, for so many things. So many things.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, too. The side lawsuits that could come out of it, such as Precious, she could file suits right now if she wants to in her state against whoever made that, and preferably probably against Maggie because she's the one that's pushing them to do it. And they'll have to go to her state to that courthouse. Just to let you all know that, too. Yeah, and Candy, real quick. Hope is one that fell victim to Kim Peters and the $3,000 that she got swindled out of. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But Hope had her last, she said her last laugh on Kim Peters.
That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense because I already have like they fail to realize, y'all talk so much about behind the scenes, but I'm gonna let y'all know in front of the scenes. Yeah, I got a case built up against her because she done threatened my mother, and my mother has nothing to do with this. You done doxed my mother, who has nothing to do with this. Okay? Then you went as far as making the defamation about me, lying about me. So therefore, I went to go speak to my family attorney. And baby girl, I won't get no money from you because you have no money. You have nothing. You think they didn't look you up? You have nothing. You have zero. Zero. That's why I'm leaving you alone. I can't even fight with you no more because there's nothing to fight about. Nothing to fight about. I won't get a dime from you, not even a penny, not even a sprinkle of water to water my garden in my backyard, okay? You have nothing. Leave me alone. And I'm telling you again, leave me alone. I don't speak on you. I don't speak on your dusty ass mods. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, it seems like, that they're close to harassing you, and the fact that they're tied with Maggie is not a good thing to do, for the simple fact of, Maggie, you remember, I live in the same state as you do. So mods, hear me and hear me closely. You continue to keep going down this road. I promise you, right from wrong, Maggie's going to feel the brunt of SSI, USDA, and the Public Housing Authority. I'm just putting that out there. That is not a threat, but I'm telling you right now, back off of individuals that are not doing anything to you or against you, would be the word of caution, would be the best way to put it. Well, look, Candy, they're not going to come over here, and I'm going to end this live up. I'm done. They're scared. They're chicken. They're afraid. They
That's
don't want to
it.
box up. And I was willing to box them up individually, one at a time, but they don't want to do that. And that's
All they're
fine.
gonna
That's
do
their choice.
All they're gonna do is when we end this live, go live and talk about us. But let me tell you this here: continue talking about me, and I'm gonna act accordingly. You have no idea. You don't know who I. Y'all keep saying y'all got lawyers and attorneys and everything and all of this. But baby girl, listen here. When you mess with a disabled army, when you mess with a veteran, an army veteran at that, okay, people will handle you accordingly. I worked for the government, baby.
Yeah,
Okay.
the government definitely has your back.
Exactly.
I mean,
And
let's
I'm
let
trying to
hey
be nice to them.
hey let's look at it this way too. The government offers legal assistance for vets. Hello.
Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I know where Candy is coming from. They offer resources to Candy that is endless from the government side. So my word of caution to any of those mods or whoever is the creative not so genius of the page that's literally going after Precious, my suggestion would be to back off. Go a
Right.
different direction. Maybe find a new friend.
That's all I'm asking. I just asked y'all to leave me alone. Like, I came home when I moved back into my house from the hurricane last year. I came home to show my house. Y'all reported my page for illegal selling of goods. What was I selling? My fireplace, my TVs, my floors. What was I doing? Y'all
Now,
are
my
bored.
question
Find
is to
something else to do.
Mama Liz, is that directed towards Candy or is that directed towards Maggie? Just asking.
Right. So some leave her alone. She bothers me. I don't bother nobody.
Right.
I
Oh,
definitely don't bother her.
wait a
I don't
minute,
even talk about
wait a
her.
minute. So, Mama Liz, would you like to take a box? You have enough
Take a
followers.
box, because I don't even talk about Maggie. I went to the beach, I showed live. I went to the pool, I went live. I was with my family, I went live. I came home, I haven't been even talking about Maggie. But these people keep talking about me. So who are you talking about?
So my question to Mama Liz is, if you don't want a box, that's fine. That's your choice. I'm not going to turn around and push you up here. But here's the thing: you want me to leave Maggie alone? Well, how about this? How about Maggie stop begging on a public app for other people's money when she turns around and makes more than what most people do in a day? So make that make sense to me, to the fact that you want people to leave her alone to allow her to continue to do illegal activities, both on this app and with the state. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Oh, okay. My apologize. That's not what her reference to was, Candy. So, my
Yeah,
yes.
because this is, I'm tired. People keep
And
attacking me for no
we're
reason.
grown enough people that we apologize when we. So, and yes, it was a misunderstanding, and I apologize. So, from me to you, I apologize, ma'am. But look, they're going to run their narratives over their little silly live. Hey, Maggie's got a
Right.
late night She got money from everybody else because she couldn't afford it on her own. GTFO. Anyways, I'm going to get off of here. I'm done. Yes, theft by deception. You're right. I do have those records, Carmen. I did do research on that. I'm jumping off, Candy. I'm going to enjoy my effing weekend to the fullest.
Me too. I just ordered
Because
me. I just ordered me a brand new pool. Hopefully it comes.
I want to see that pool when it's done. You can send it to me on Instagram.
Yes, I can't wait. I just ordered a brand new pool. I just ordered me a brand new grill. I'm still waiting for my refrigerator and stove and everything to come. But I'm here. I'm home. I'm happy. So
And you work for that. You got that on your own. You don't have to sit on a social media app that's public. If you don't want people coming after you, Maggie and mods, go private. Let's see how that works out for you.
right.
We don't need to go private. And I hold a respectful live straight out. You didn't want to get into a box. That was your choice. But I'm calling you out again one last time. Next time I go live, sincerely, all respects, I dare one of you to get up into a box so I can just ask questions, not yell, not scream. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here.
Thanks for having me on the panel. Thanks for the gift, y'all.
You're welcome, dear. You stay safe this weekend. Everybody, I'm out of here.
Thanks, Miss Love.
Don't forget the 2 new links at the top of the Linktree page. And, oh, by the way, mods, no, you can't go after that. So I've got that on multiple pages. Anyways, I'm out of here. Stick a fork in me for the night and for the
We're
weekend.
done.
Other than that, take care. And remember, everybody, all for one and one for all. See y'all later. Oh, one other note. I've been seeing an awful lot of, if you got 0 followers and you're private, unless I know who you are, you will be blocked. So my on a real account, not a fake one, would be the suggestion. Therefore, then you won't get blocked, and I'll know who you are because I have nothing to hide. But apparently, you do. Thank you, Candy dear. You know I always regift. Other than that, I'm out of here. You guys all have a great weekend. Stay safe. Enjoy it because I know I'm going to without having to beg